Hey guys, Ronnie here. Shooting in the daytime. I'm gonna have to make this a quick one because I don't have too much time, so here we go. Alright, so welcome to Ronnie's Reviews. This week we're gonna talk about Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3 is rated G and stars Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, and Joan Cusack. And of course we have the rest of the cast of characters whom we had grown to love so much in the first two movies. Okay, so I guess first of all, this movie looked great. The animation was amazing and it looked fantastic in 3D. So that aspect of it was really good. Now, I had some problems with it. The first half of the movie wasn't quite working for me. The pacing felt really rushed. I felt a lot of the scenes were haphazard and it didn't seem very cohesive. Even the music score to me felt more like something from a Saturday morning cartoon than a feature film. I felt like the movie, at least the first half, was dumbed down. There was a lot of slapstick and physical comedy stuff that just really I didn't find very funny. And the reason I say that is because I remember the first two being smarter movies. So during the first half of this movie, I felt like I was really trying hard to get into the movie. And you know, that's never a good sign. That being said, however, once it hits about the halfway mark, it really kicks into high gear actually. And from about the midway point on, it's a great ride. Like I laughed very hard through the rest of the movie, all the way through the end. And it had everything that the first two movies had. You know, it came through strong, and it was the Toy Story that I had been waiting for through the first half. There's some really genuinely hilarious stuff in this movie. The second half of it was done very well. Some of the new characters that they introduced were hilarious. A lot of the situations in the second half were really top notch. It turns into your summer blockbuster movie. It's quite a ride. It's really an enjoyable ride, and I'm glad they finished off strong. A lot of great new characters that you get to meet, and I'm not giving anything away by saying this, but Spanish-speaking Buzz Lightyear was awesome. In my opinion, they could do a whole movie with that gag. But yeah, there was a lot of great things happened in the second half. If you go watch this movie, you are in for a treat indeed. It was smart. It was funny. There was a lot of great comedy in there, a lot of good action. It had the sentimental aspect to it that the first two films did. So it got itself together in the second half of the movie. It finished strong. You know, the second half of the movie was a Toy Story that we all know and what we were all waiting for. Maybe it was just me, but I really don't know what happened in the first half of the movie. Needless to say, I mean, I really liked it. The second half made up for the failings of the first half, and I came out of that movie feeling great. I had an absolute blast watching it. So, Toy Story 3, go watch it in 3D because the animation looks great. And either way, you're in for a treat with this one. I felt like it was definitely better than Shrek, and I gotta say, I think it was better than How to Train Your Dragon. I really liked How to Train Your Dragon, but I think Toy Story was better. In terms of grading scale, I'll give Toy Story 3 a 3.5 Matt Damons. And you know what, deep down I want to give this movie a 4, but I can't really do that. I mean, it's a strong movie, don't get me wrong, it's a very good movie, but because of just the clunkiness of the beginning of this movie, I'm gonna have to stick with a 3.5 Matt Damons. Okay, so moving on. The rental of the week is a movie called The Road. The Road is rated R and stars Viggo Mortensen, Cody Smith-McPhee, got that right, and Charlize Theron. And of course there's appearances by a lot of other actors. Robert Duvall makes an appearance, Guy Pearce makes an appearance. Now this movie is a film adaptation of a Cormac McCarthy novel of the same name, and actually the novel won the Pulitzer Prize for fiction. Now I haven't read that novel, so I can't really make the comparison between that and the film. I wanted to watch this movie because from the previews I was really very intrigued by it. It's a story about a father trying to raise his son in this post-apocalyptic world where there's no food, everything has been pretty much wiped out, and they're traveling on the road. It's some sort of nuclear winter is what we assume, and the climate's just getting colder and colder, and so they're heading south. It's just him and his son, and actually I was really into it. I was very intrigued by what was happening. The story is really about parenthood. That's not really about parenthood, it's about life, and it's about mortality. What's interesting is this man, Viggo's character, his reason for living is his son. He has to make sure that they're able to find food every day, that they're able to stay warm, and that he protects them from all the crazy stuff that's happening around them. His son is his life, but at the same time, his son is also a reminder of his own mortality. He knows that, he's taking care of his son and all this stuff now, but he knows that he has to raise his son the right way so that his son can take care of himself, because he knows he's not going to be there. It's really a plight that I think we can all understand. His son is everything to him. It's his purpose, it's his meaning, but at the same time, it's a reminder of his own mortality. And it's very interesting because he actually, in the movie, says that the boy, to him, is God. So a lot of very deep stuff happening here, a lot of great storytelling going on. But it's just chock full of meaning in this story, and so much happening, right? And I was totally with it, and I really loved it. And then the end of the movie, I don't know what happened, and I don't want to ruin it for you, but it was just out of nowhere. It didn't make any sense with the rest of what had been happening and the story I thought they were trying to tell. So the movie finished, and it left a really bad taste in my mouth because I was completely unsatisfied. And not that I was looking for a happy ending or anything like that. I mean, this is the kind of movie where you actually don't expect a happy ending, but I'm still trying to figure out what it meant, because I thought I had a handle on everything that happened before that, but it made no sense to me whatsoever. So this one, you'll just have to watch it to understand what I'm talking about. I don't want to give anything away, like I said. And you know what? I actually want to read the book now because of this. I was very intrigued by this movie, and I want to know whether the failings of the film were a result of bad movie making and a bad script, or was it because the book was that way? I might be able to appreciate what happened in the movie at the end and understand it better if I read the book, so I'm definitely going to check that out. Yeah, so in terms of grading scale, guys, The Road, I am going to give 3 Matt Damons. Alright, that's it, guys. I know this was kind of rushed and this was a short episode. I just got a lot on my plate right now. I'm still editing the footage from the Susan G race last week, and hopefully I'll have that up in a couple days. I'm still trying to work out the special blockbuster midsummer episode here coming up in July, actually in like 2 weeks. If that isn't a hint, I don't know what is. So just a lot happening right now, and that's why I have to make this one short. As usual, don't forget to rate and to subscribe to the channel if you like the show. And if you've seen any of the movies that we discussed today, I'd love to hear what you think. So leave your feedback in the comments below. And like I mentioned in the last one, if you guys had any particular movies that you want me to review, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to get to it. Okay. All right, that's it, guys. So until next time, this is Ronnie Cruz signing out. And remember, when you go to the movie, don't forget to throw your trash away on the way out.